Hello, everybody. This is Alla in the Balance Club, and here we help people to achieve 100% of success in the outer world, in the relationship, and within the self. And today's class is how to fix broken or build up functioning parent-child relationship. So, what are the six steps or six methods? First method is offering gifts. Second method is accepting gifts. Third one is revealing one's mind. Fourth is inquiring confidentially. Fifth is accepting food. And sixth is offering food. These are the six symptoms of love. And we can see these methods even in any ordinary social activities. This six type of dealings between two loving friends, loving people, they're absolutely necessary. For instance, even in the business world, if one businessman wishes to contact or contract another businessman, what does he do? He arranges for a business lunch. And over the food, one is expressing his plans and asking of plans at the other side, sharing opinions, and pretty often they exchanged some gifts. So it's very natural. There's a Sanskrit word for this, and the Sanskrit word is pretty. I find in English. It means love in intimate dealings. And whenever there is pretty, these six activities are happening. And we can see that these six activities, six steps, are actually three types of activities with the opposite directions. So if there are three, why am I naming them as six? Well, because they are very important, and each of them very important. If we're moving only in one direction, then system doesn't move. It means if we just accept what others share, it will not work. Or if we just give, it also don't work. So it should be in both directions. And it's interesting that the both options, as only acceptance and the same way as only giving, are similarly destructive. Yeah, interesting, right? So let's start with little analytical study of what we say when we say I love you. So first, who is I? That I love other, who is the other partner? You. And I'm doing what? I'm loving you, I love you. So this love means the action. It's not a sensation, it's not a feeling, it's the action. Love is the action, this is a verb. And we probably all heard it already, but anyway, it's better to repeat so it sticks in our memory. That's what we need for the love development. We need actions. Allow your children or your parents do something for us. Do something for you. This is so natural, and for children and for parents to give something, right? That's natural. That's what all the parents do. That's what all the children, at least when they're small and there's not problems, that's what they do, they give. And it's so natural to give gifts, to help, to share some food, share your small secrets or big secrets. And if we are set only for giving, then we are just waving off, we are pushing away what they try to give to us. Just one of the faraway memories when my children were small, one of them brought me a dead beetle. And that was a great gift for them because it was an amazing thing, you know, big impression, big emotions. And they wanted to share that with me, but these are small children. But this is just example of the gift that we may receive. Something that we don't really like, something that we under no circumstances need. Sometimes we feel like we don't have time to listen to the impressions, to some feelings or experiences of the children, of the older parents. And we don't want to eat. What's that? Like, what did they make? What they can make? Our eating habits or diets can be very different from what they eat or what they cook. But it doesn't matter how much older our parents are or how much we are older than our children right now. And even though they may seem with all that as a different species, they're not. They're just like us. Their heart feels the same. Can you imagine that things that are very valuable and interesting to you, you're sharing by just cutting it off yourself practically? You're sharing it because it's precious to you. And when the person you love and you want to share this, perceive it and let you know that they perceive it as something nonsense, in the easy case to like, oh, yucky on the other end. To see this, to hear this, to understand about this way of perception by the loved ones, it is so painful. You can imagine that. I'm pretty sure you've gone through this when you were sharing something valuable to you and it was not of importance to the other person, and they showed it to you. That attitude. It is so painful. And if this kind of situation is repeated time and time again, what happens? Naturally, the person who gives has no desire to give anymore. Same thing with sharing the thoughts. The heart just gets closed on us if we are not careful. The events of the elderly parents or children, their joys and their sorrows are as big for them and important as ours for us. And in the process of accepting the gifts, the thoughts, the food, we can develop the vision or perception. We can start perceiving the child or the parent as equivalent living beings, as equivalent to us. So their worries and their joys are as important. They're as big for them. So let's study each step in detail. The first one was giving gifts, giving presents. And that is pretty straightforward, right? It just means to give the gifts. But if we give gifts only on special occasions, only on some big holidays, the relationships are not developing. If we want the relationships to develop, we have to give the gifts, like continuously. So simple understanding that if you give the gift only on special occasion, that means all the other time you just don't remember, and on that special occasion you just don't have any choice but remember because you're reminded by everything around, right? So doesn't mean that we should not give the gifts on the special holidays or on occasions. No, we have to give the gifts on all the special occasions and holidays, but it should be a little bit bigger. And the gifts that are a little bit smaller should be given often. And the more often we give the gifts, the more we develop the relationship. Another aspect of this is what can be the present. Well, there are several categories. One of them is things, like physical objects. It can be some entertainment items. For the small kids, those will be toys, right? It also can be something useful for home and living, like clothing, anything for the kitchen, books. One separate category is money. Well, the money is useful to everyone. That's true. But giving the money has the little bit inner voice that says, I so far away from your life that I do not know what you need or what you want. So can be a little tricky. What else can be the gift? The gifts can be emotions or experiences. For younger people or for any able people, it can be go for a hike, um, go for a ride somewhere, some trip, tickets for some events, anything cultural, anything fun, practically anything, you know. So, and another type of the gift is education. It's a great gift for any age. We can pay for some classes or studies or sign up for something free. That's a very wide choice here. And this is one of the best gifts we can give. And in general, almost anything can be a gift. The main thing here is to follow a few guidelines. Let's look at them. First of all, really, we do this process of gift exchanging to share our love. That's the whole point. We do not do this for buying the love of the other person. It means that those who receive the presents may admire it or not, can keep for the whole life as a keepsake, just to, take a look at it and forget. The person who receives the gift may not change the attitude towards us, or may change, and it can be changed, towards the better or towards the worse. So, for something, another point, for something to become a gift, it has to be presented. Maybe that's why it's called present, It has to be presented in a certain way. If it's a thing, it should be wrapped. But by this presenting process, with this presenting process, we show how much we value and appreciate the person. We have to let them feel the importance of that present. We have to show that we ourselves value what we give. Otherwise, it's just disposing unnecessary stuff. Got tired of the thing. Here you go. Well, that should not be in the gift list. This kind of mood is not on the gift list. So that were the few guidelines for giving the presents. Now let's move to the step number 2, accepting the presents. That, some people say that's not a rocket science. Well, right, that's not a rocket science, it's the science of the relationship. There is a principle that not the gift is valuable, but the attention of the giver. If we know this principle, we have to use it 100% all the way, especially if the person who gives don't have the deep pockets. And in very big percentage, like 90%, this is the case. They don't have the deep pockets. So they're cut off their budget, some amount, in their busy schedule, or maybe not an easy health condition. They use their time, they use their effort to get that. So when we receive the present, we have to receive it graciously and with gratitude. Very important that we talk when we receive it. We should ask, why did you choose this particular? How did you come to this idea to get me that? Have you spent a lot of time on searching and picking? Was it hard to find when you decided what to get? This is the time where we actually build the relationship. When we deepen them, that's when we give our attention, and preferably our undivided attention, to those who spend their time of the life, some part of their lifetime on getting us to present, on choosing, of thinking of us. So when we give our undivided attention to the person, instantly we have the relationship development. It's amazing how it happens. And I think that's it for the step 2. Step 3, share your mind. It's not just showing your to-do list. It's not just plans sharing. We share the thoughts. We share emotions. We share feelings. There's lots of things to share that are inside and invisible. So, on this point, go ahead and share with your child or the parent. Share just one thought. Start with one. Start with something small and simple, especially if your relationship going through the difficult stage. So when you share your thought, if they understand you and your feelings and your ideas behind that thought, you will have a great topic for conversation and the development of the relationship right there. Because conversation means attention that goes both ways. Well, you say if they don't understand, that still gives them feeling that they are important enough in your life that you share your thoughts with them. They get the feeling that your life and their life, they touch each other at that moment. Your inner world and their inner world. They get that little touch. You should know that your child or parent is interested in your life. You are a point of interest for them. So share your emotions. If you are at such a point in the relationship that sharing some ideas becomes beginning of some fighting or misunderstanding, or your concepts of life are so totally different and opposite that you just can't, then just share your emotions. I'm sad. I had this event and it made me feel sad. Or today was something beautiful and I'm happy. Or maybe today was a tough day and I'm tired. And it again may start a good conversation that may go deep or maybe shallow, but it is a process. It is a part of your life, part of the time of your life that is shared right now. Let's go to the next point. The next point, number 4, is to ask. Ask about the thoughts. Ask about the ideas. Show your interest to the life of the children or parent. Demonstrate your interest in their thoughts and feelings. They will feel that they are needed, they are cared for, that you have an interest in their life. When you ask questions, that's how you demonstrate, that's how you show your attention, your attitude. You know, it means for them, you are valuable to me. And this is very important feeling. And we can sense that we are valuable to somebody else. It gives incredible change in the relationship. Because I hope we remember from the step number 2 that valuable is the attention. Valuable is the attention of the giver, right? So here's the thing, we give our time. Because when we talk, the time goes. So we give our time, the only one resource that cannot be replenished. So it's very, very powerful. That's why attention is so important. We give the part of our life at that moment. And we give all our mind to them. It is big. That's why it's so strong. And this is all for number 4. Let's move to number 5 and 6. To accept and to give or share the food. It's easy and quite straightforward ways. what is important here, when you do it, when you accept the food or when you give the food, do not preach by that or with that. If they don't ask any specific question about the food, don't make food the point of preaching, because there are often clients who would like to develop the relationship and would try to share with the food, but they will comment that, this is, that many calories food, which will be good for you to get slimmer. That's not the way to build a relationship at all. So don't teach and don't preach by the food. If you want to share or accept the food, do it for the relationship, not for some benefits of the physical body or something else. So with that, do not limit how much a person can eat, but also do not press that everything should be eaten, because food is like just another type of the gift. It can be accepted or not. We have to be happy just because we have the chance to give. Because first of all, it's exchange of the love. Loving exchange. There should not be any violent part in that. So the principle from giving the gift is applicable to other points, and also whatever I'm saying about giving and sharing the food is applicable to giving and sharing the gifts, to accepting and sharing the gifts. So that it's a system. It works all together. Mm-hmm. This is the question that I hear very often. So, is it really true that there are some situation when a relationship are completely destroyed and cannot be fixed? Well, yes, there are, but they are very, very few. Sometimes the behavior of both sides are such that the point of no return is far behind. But I have to say that it's very, very rare. It's very small percent, probably not even 1%. And in case when even just one side wants to fix or improve the relationship, there is a chance. It is possible then. I also want to point out that people come with this kind of questions when they don't really want to do anything. Maybe they don't want yet, or they don't want already, and they hope that I will confirm, yes, this state in the relationship is beyond repair. I hope you're not like that. I hope you're really going to implement whatever you heard today. In some cases, Parents or children um, who, let's say, all of a sudden want to fix or improve the relationship. They maybe didn't have the relationship for years already, like not talking, no communication at all. And in most of the cases, they were able to maybe build a new relationship. Maybe it's totally new because they have changed and they're different people now, but they build beautiful relationship, quite happy. So this should be your principle. Yes, the building up, the improving, the fixing is possible. It can be done. It can be restored. And here's we're moving to the new part. I'm not interested in giving pure theoretical knowledge and just let you go with that because it doesn't work. Again, everything is the action. So that's your homework part. Observe and analyze your relationship with the child or parent and write it down. What is the state of your relationship? How does it look? How does it feel? The next step is to implement one, some, or all the steps or principles that we talked today about. So write in the detail whatever you're doing or whatever you did. Like bought and gave the present, and make sure you notice the details. If you did it properly according to our legal guidelines. So write it down. Details are important. And the third part of the homework is to observe and write down the changes. But first of all, did it change? Is there any visible or perceivable change? And if there is, again, write it with the details. And if they're not, you can analyze. Maybe the relationship is we're down for so long that just one action is simply not enough. So don't give up after just one thing. Just remember how the child learns to walk. They never give up after the first fall. They keep trying until it works. That's how determination should be. So these are 3 steps of the homework. It's the practical part. Now, if you feel that there is so many complicated parts in the relationship, or if you feel like you need somebody who can help you to see the situation from a little bit aside, or you need a guidance or implementing the steps, I'm available for coaching. And you can contact me on the Facebook in our educational center, the Balance Club. And if you have any questions, you can also write there, or you are very welcome to write here in the comments about your concerns about how useful this information was for you, anything else recommended to whom it may be needed, to whom it will be of help, share it with everybody because your friends may know a person who really needs this. And subscribe to our channel. Watch for other classes on the relationships, and they're coming out soon. Thank you. Bye.